Meet the Dread Edict Exotic, a helmet busting, 400% headshot damage, one-shot elite chain killing, no reloading SVD. That looks like a pirate gun. What else do you need?
And if you don't know, now you know.
I use the Dread Edict a lot, especially for solo heroic PvE. And that's because it gives you the flexibility to really play how you want. It's a very well designed exotic. At first, it didn't shine, but around season 11 in year 4, it got more interesting, and that's because they introduced HOTSHOT, that gear set. And with SVDs in general, you really need to get a handling on, well, the weapon handling. And HOTSHOT does that for us. So as long as you're running a little bit of HOTSHOT, then you've tamed this beast and you're landing shots with precision. And with that out of the way, then the SVD brings really everything you need to be effective on the damage side, giving you a lot of room to tinker with your build. We got 260 RPM with 10 rounds in the mag. Marksman rifle, headshot damage to targets out of cover, and a 1.5 second reload time. Very nice. It reaches 100 meters, that's peak, with a nice gentle slope. So it's all into talent. It's called full stop. So shooting enemies builds stacks to a cap of 20. So headshots is what we're gonna be going for. Grants 2 stacks each, worth 2% weapon damage. That's 40% weapon damage, and 5% headshot damage. That's 100% headshot damage. On reload, you clear all the stacks. In exchange, you gain 5% of your max armor as temporary armor, really bonus armor, for 10 seconds for each stack removed. So that's cool. But by avoiding manual reloads, as long as we get a headshot kill once every 10 rounds, we get an auto reload, and that ammo comes from the magic cache in the sky. So headshot kills with the Dread Edict restore all bullets in the magazine. This does not count as a reload. That's really, really easy to do. So all you gotta do is spam the head with this. It solves all your problems. So typically SVDs have ammo issues because of their high rate of fire that you really wanna take advantage of. And they only give you like around 140 something rounds with your MMRs, which is really annoying and hard on SVDs. But as long as you're chain killing or have the ability to chain kill, then that ends up working itself out. But with this weapon, it goes beyond that. You are chain killing, but you're also reloading on chain kill, helping you not tap into your reserves. So the mods, we got headshot damage, we got weapon handling, and we got stability, and we got crit chance, and it looks like a pirate's weapon. I want to start by looking at the stats. We have basically 300% headshot damage on the build. So the stacks that come from the Dread Edict aren't going to show up here, but the Dread Edict is going to give us another 100% headshot damage. So that's 400% headshot damage on this weapon. And for weapon handling, we have 61%, which is pretty darn good with 81% stability. And a super fast reload at 1.5 seconds, which we're not even gonna use because we're gonna be chain killing and getting our ammo back. So here's where things are special. This is a carefully considered setup built around the weapon. I'm running 3 pieces of HOTSHOT. You don't wanna run 4 pieces of HOTSHOT really with this. I mean, you can, but the reality is because you're spamming the head, pulling that trigger as many times as you can, then you're gonna be having a lot of misses and not activating the HOTSHOT buff too much. So you're better off running something like Habsburg that gives you more consistent damage. So I have 15% headshot damage coming from this. I put a red core on mine. You can also go with armor, and then I got handling and headshot damage. And then the 3-piece HOTSHOT, at least 2 pieces is definitely required for this weapon. So that's giving us 30% marksman rifle damage, not a joke, 30% handling, and 30% headshot damage. I have weapon damage and headshot damage. We got weapon damage and headshot damage on the knees, and the holster is the same. Now for the chest, I went with Palisades for that 10% armor on kill. We have more armor here. I got headshot damage, handling, headshot damage, and headhunter. You can also go with focus, but I like the chain kill, and this makes that all possible with that 1,250% damage cap based on your last killing blow if it was a headshot. You need 150% headshot damage to reach that cap, which we've knocked that out of the park. And for the backpack, I decided to run with the Memento. This is giving us the 3 cores, and I put headshot damage here, and that allows me to tap into the bonus armor from time to time. It gives me 30% weapon damage and a ton of weapon damage on kill when we pick up that trophy. That's 25% in bonus damage. But remember, the Dread Edict is also giving us 40% weapon damage on top of this when it's at full stacks. The memento also gives us 3% armor regen. You don't have to use the memento at all, but I like the passive long-term buffs here. The short-term buffs definitely help when I need them, but it's something that I feel like I don't have to worry about. I know I have that 30% weapon damage coming from full stacks and the regen, and it's just there. And then it's also giving me the 30% skill efficiency to power up my fixer drone and the decoy. So we are getting that 20% bonus armor on kill when we grab the trophy because we have 2 blue cores, but I also have 20% armor on kill because I'm running gunner. And one of the reasons why I'm running gunner is because I do spend a lot of time out of cover or I'm moving a lot. So it's giving me ammo replenishment no matter where I am, which is good. But I'm digging that 10% armor on kill for sure. That's giving me a ton more survivability. And I really feel like we're overpowered as it is. And because we have really good weapon handling, I didn't really feel like I needed sharpshooter. And we wouldn't be really utilizing the TAC 50 anyways for the way this build works out. And one of the reasons why is you don't want to switch out of your Dread Edict, because if you do, then you're going to be losing your stacks. So what's really neat about the Dread Edict is that it carries its stacks over as long as you don't manually reload and as long as you don't switch weapons. So you can go from one control point to the next and still have those stacks. So that's the goal. Our goal is to get 1 headshot kill every 10 rounds. And as long as we do that, we preserve our maximum stacks. But don't stress out about it. If you have to reload, just reload. It's so easy to get your stacks back. You'll get them back really fast because this thing's got a really good rate of fire. Many weapons in the Division 2, especially exotics, have sort of a superpower. One of the superpowers, besides that magical auto reload, the ability to bust helmets and chain kill on elites, the superpower that this thing has is its ability to consistently stagger the enemies. It staggers really well. Staggers so much, you actually build it into your kill strategy. As a matter of fact, you sort of have to, because that first shot is so hard, it ends up staggering the enemy. And to stagger, you basically need to knock off a high percentage of their armor in a really short amount of time. That's how you get that stagger. And a single shot from this can absolutely do that from even the tankiest enemies. And so their head is gonna whip back when they stagger. And so you sort of have to wait for it to come back into alignment. And then you put out your consecutive shots, if there's consecutive shots to throw out there. That being said, all weapons have a shooting cadence. The SVDs are no different, and so you want to get used to that. And so there's sort of a pattern to it, and you kind of got to feel it out. So it takes a couple of minutes to get used to it, but when you master that cadence, then you're gonna land a ton more shots. So pay attention to that, give yourself some time to get used to it, and then you're off to the races. Oof, that didn't count. Oh, it's because I don't have full stacks. Got it. Oh, she's so fast. She ducked from that. Amazing. Fuckers. That was a nice little series. Yeah, the resistance is nice because it's layering on that bonus armor. Just kidding. Line them up, baby. Clobber those guys. It's good, it's good. It's the Dread Edict. Never fails to impress me. I'm not kidding or exaggerating when I say this is one of the best exotics in the game. And I've used it just about everywhere, but I haven't used it a ton in group. So to find its limitations, I think that needs to be further explored. But what I would probably change up is the backpack to give it some more damage. And the reason why is because when you're focus firing on the same enemy with allies, there's a chance that your shot may not get the kill. And if you're not getting the kill, then that's gonna force you into a reload. And if you're forced into a reload, you're not preserving your stacks. And so that's why I tend to not use this in group, even though it can work in group. You don't want people stealing your kills and forcing you into a reload. Try it in groups. Small groups are good, 2, 3 players, but 4-man legendary, nah, I probably wouldn't. Thank you for hanging out with me today. My name is Tuxedo Bandido, and this was another episode of The Division 2. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, like, and turn on notifications to ensure you don't miss out on the fantastic experiences waiting for you in The Division 2. And if you like builds like this, check out the recommended build video I have here for you. If you have anything you want to see covered, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make everything possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Follow me.
I get it.